today the decision has been made, and the sentencing has been done. And once the sentencing has been done, then we now have the opportunity to appeal on this matter. We are appealing. Why? Because we feel and believe that this case was not properly, perfectly handled. We feel that the decision must have been influenced by the pressure the court must have been having from the public and Law Society of Kenya and other agencies and other activists and other NGOs. We feel that the court had to use evidence that was non-existent from any of the witnesses to be able to come to a conclusion that the accused persons were guilty. When a court decides that your client gave evidence in a manner that did not happen at the time of the case, you begin starting to think, why did the court behave that way? For instance, the second accused person has been said to have given unsworn statement in his defense. This is not true. The second accused person gave sworn. He was cross-examined and he stood the test. He was unshakable in his evidence. He showed that he could not have been at the scene. He showed he could not have been present. He showed that he could not have participated in the murder. There was no evidence of him from the word go. There was no evidence that he had participated or known the first accused person and other accused person. He never had any motive. The accused for knowing the victims, he had no motive. So that when the court tries to force now that evidence down so that you can be able to convict, then you start thinking, why is the court behaving that way? We believe that this court was going to be impartial. We believe that the court was going to rely on evidence. But the court relies on evidence in a partial manner. For instance, the fourth accused person in this case was acquitted because the data and his phone showed that he could not have been at the scene of the murder because he was miles away. The first accused person, data shows he could not have been at the scene. He was also miles away, almost 13 kilometers from where the kidnapping, and another 13 kilometers from where the murder took place. But how can the court choose to rely on technology for one person and not rely on technology for the other accused person? This first accused person had witnesses who also testified and showed that they were with him throughout that period of time. Why does the court want to force? Because if this doubt has come about, who receives the benefit of the doubt? It is the accused person who receives the benefit, not the prosecution. If they are not able to show that his phone was up with somebody else at that particular time, then it only shows it was with the accused person, and that was far away from the scene. So such that when you look at that, and when you look at the issue that they bring about the radio on technology, it shows on this particular day the accused person did not have the radio. He did not report to work. He was never at the office, so he could not have picked a radio. So therefore, this radio that was with somebody else shows that he could not have participated in the murder. Why didn't they want to go further and find out who could have been having the radio on that particular day? Because we showed, as our duty, that he could not have had it. That it was with somebody else. That is the duty of the investigating team to be able to do that. Why did the court not think that way? Why did the court then also rely on the issue that the accused person had a grudge with the with the deceased? The first accused person took the deceased to court. He took him on 2 occasions to court. He was called by POA. But she uses this as evidence to say it was motive. It could not have been motive when the accused person had taken this person to court and was waiting for the process. He had testified. He didn't need to do anything further. If he wanted to kill the lawyer and these other people, he didn't need to wait for all that period of time when they had a grudge for 2 years prior to that. So such that this court was swayed by sentiments of the public, was swayed by sentiments of the other people. So that what does it do? Because the accused person has been called a dog, it makes it worse by calling him a bigger dog and getting a reason to kick him. This evidence cannot stand in a court of appeal. You cannot decide on who is guilty or who is not guilty by using the same technology to acquit one and not acquit the other. If And when witnesses come and they're steady and they show that the accused person was with them throughout all this period of time, why relying on imaginations? Why relying on assumptions? Why relying on beliefs when the evidence is there? Give the accused, even if you feel strongly that the accused person could have committed the murder, even if you feel strongly, suspicion is not enough to convict a person. Suspicion is not sufficient. This judgment must fall.
Describe the entire judgment.
I tend to think this entire judgment was just a total disaster. Let me just say it was a total disaster. And it is injustice to the first and second accused persons and the other accused persons. I will not speak for the fifth accused person because I really do not know. But for the first, second, and third accused persons, the court has done some injustice to them. And this cannot stand.